channels watching out. All right, good to see you all in the Sunday. Sunday is a fresh day with a good thought process, good preparation. I have a few bunch of people here and some of them on YouTube as well. Hey, thanks a lot for being here. Watching out. More people joining. See you all in the Sunday. Sunday is a fresh day with a good thought process, good preparation. I have a few bunch of people here and some of them on YouTube. Okay, let's start our discussion today. First of people who are going for the exam, pretty close here. Do I have people who go to exams? Pretty close, few days, 5 days, 3 days?
Yes, 3. I'm planning for 25th.
Your heartbeat should be heavy.
Planning for 24th, one more day before.
Okay, that eagerness, nervousness, all will be there. On top of that, some excitement. Okay, the exam is getting over, after which I'll sleep peacefully, I will have food happily, watch IPL match happily, watch a Netflix movie, all are there. Okay, great. First, what you'll do is, I should have people who are going to exam. First, we'll talk to the people who go to exam. Then we'll go to the people who have some questions to talk. Please put your hands up. I know who's going to talk to me now. You have an emoji there. You can put the hands up. Meantime, I'll also see if any questions are from YouTube also. If so, I'll address it. Okay. People watching from YouTube, please leave your comments or any questions you have. I have first starting with Dinesh. Yeah, Dinesh, how is it going? Is it PMP or ACP? What is your exam?
Yeah, thanks, Sriram. I'm going to appear for the PMP exam.
Very good.
Yeah. Preparation-wise, I feel okay and a bit confident. But what makes me nervous about the time management in the exam? I have attended 2 mocks in the last week, and both the mocks I really struggle both the time management. In fact, I able to complete the exam, and I've attended all the questions.
Very good.
But what I think I should spend some time more, because in the last 60 minutes it was like running behind all the questions. So that's my first.
Understood. Understood. How many questions you had in the last 60 minutes?
In fact, the last mock which I appeared yesterday, I could spend 70 minutes for the last 60 questions. However, the previous mock, I could get only the 60 minutes for the 60 questions.
Neck to neck. Okay. Okay.
But somehow I could manage. And in fact, the previous one was scored more. The last one was something, there were some issues. So that's a one problem.
Okay. For this, I can give you confidence that main exam questions, what I heard is, it's one level lesser than ShriLearning on the toughness, which means even 50 minutes is sufficient to clear the last 60 questions for you. Which what I want to mean here is, you will not consume this much of time in the main exam. But I would not underestimate PMI anytime. I would say, even if a 3 tough question comes, that would have eaten extra 2-3 minutes. Imagine 3 tough questions are there. Each question you consume, instead of 2 minutes, you're going to take 5 minutes for that question. You read it, didn't get it, read it again, didn't get it. Third time you read, by the time already 3 minutes crossed. And you chose an answer. Again, on the answer, you're not clear. You are re-looking at it. Your brain, you go to the next question, still your brain is thinking the same question.
Yeah.
So as overall, you would have eaten 4 to 5 minutes of time. Like this, if I do 3 questions, sufficient, 15 minutes gone. And this 15 minutes of nervousness will spoil another 5 questions.
Yeah.
Right? This is not only for you. Most of us in this room will have. Even if I sit for the exam tomorrow, I'll have the same problem. Because I read the book doesn't mean I'll answer properly. It's a situation. Scenario is a scenario. That moment your brain does not get that scenario means can't do anything, because your brain is not activating by the time. Maybe after that, you come out of the exam, you're driving the car. Now, if you think that scenario, your brain says, shakes, man, that should be the one. Because on that spot, your brain didn't capture it. It's very natural. But if in that question, there is one terminology they're talking about, for example, yesterday I posted a video about contingency plan. Something about the contingency plan is there, but your brain is not able to evaluate what is contingency plan, and you don't know what is contingency plan clearly, then it is a super knowledge gap. That gap, even though you read 6 times a question, you won't get it. If you don't get a scenario, that's fine, completely fine. You will work well in the exam. But if somebody don't even know contingency plan, but you're giving an assumption and giving an answer, then we are in trouble. This is what we do, a gap analysis after each exam. You cannot read all, but at least 70% of the concepts which you don't know in one exam, you read. Next exam, your score should slightly go high. I'm not expecting 100%, 70%. 10 topics, I don't know. 7 topics you read. Super good. Your scores go high. Your confidence also goes high. So 2 things are here, as Dinesh, it's not only for Dinesh, for everyone in the room, or people watching in the YouTube. Every time it is not topic. Sometimes it's a scenario. Scenario, you can't get it because you never come across such scenario in your industry. You work in software. They're explaining something about some construction. You work in construction. They're explaining something about software. Your brain cannot capture it. That's completely fine. Those questions, you cannot do anything. Those questions above your head. What I would say is try. Try 2 times. 3rd time, still you can't find an answer. It is okay to mark A, B, C, something. There was a trick somebody said to me, always mark C if you don't know that answer. Don't ask me, that's a pathetic logic, but somebody said mark C whenever you don't know the answer. Okay, so mark C and move away from there. Don't stay there. But when you practice the exam, as I said, the concept not clear, then you are in trouble. That is a serious trouble we have to work on. Yeah.
Concept, I don't see the problem, because when I'm analyzing the problem,
okay,
question and answer, then I realize, oh no, this is a very simple question I could have answered. And I really face a problem. For 60 questions, I could get it confidently, then another 80. The real problem I see is starting from question number 90 to question number 120. That's the time period, which absolutely, even if we given simple questions, it's create a problem. We cannot recognize. And the main another problem that I keep reading the question again and again, and that's kill the time. So
I recognize
last year mocks I did, I put a wrong yellow sticker and I said read only once and go ahead for the next questions. Something I'm trying to do that. So even if you read 2-3 times, I'm sure I'm not recognizing that as questions. And
I completely recognize that, because by 90 questions, you would have crossed already 2 hours, right? 2 hours.
Yeah.
So 2 hours sitting in a place, reading the question, sure, your brain will be a little dry. Are you taking a 10 minutes break or able to walk out? You do that?
Yeah. In fact, I did for
very good.
All the mocks. But Sriram, just question. I know you've given the guideline, like, after 60 minutes, you can take a break, or after attending the 60 questions, you can take a 10-minute break.
Yes.
So what I feel, maybe it may be my case and considered as an exception case, means I can still go for, like, I can go till 90 questions and then I'll take a 10 minutes break.
Unfortunately,
what I feel,
yeah, that's a good idea. If you want, you can do it. In center, you can do that. What will happen is, in the main exam, how does it work? I believe you are going to center-based exam?
Yes, center-based exam.
Center-based exam, how does it work? When it comes to exactly 60 question and you want to go to 61st question, you click next button. The moment you click next button, a pop-up will come on the screen. It will tell you that, hey, there is a 10 minutes break. Would you like to take it?
Okay.
If you click the button yes, only when if you click the button yes, a timer starts running. That's a 10 minutes timer, which is free of cost, given to you. Now you go out, drink something, do something, and come back. Again, you start. It's free of cost. Now imagine we'll go by your idea. 60 questions comes in, a pop-up comes, and you don't want to take it. You say no. The moment you say no, 61st question will appear. Okay. Now you take 61, 62, 63, go on, 90 question. Now you think, I want to go for a break. Yes, you can. But you have to put your hands up. When you put your hands up, the invigilator who sees in the camera, they always watch you in the camera. All over 4 exams, they have to watch you. They will have in the mobile, they will have in a television. These technologies improved. All invigilators are given with the iPad and other factors. They keep watching you. Their role is 4 hours keep watching you. What do you do? The moment you put the hands up, they'll quickly walk in. How can I help you? You will tell, I want to go for a break. They should not ask you any question. They just only lock your computer. Please go. But here, it is on your cost. What I mean by your cost is your time keep running.
Okay. The time keep running. Okay.
It's your cost. When they give you, it's a free of cost. When you take it, it's your cost, which means 5 minutes break. But if you feel that is the way your brain works, that 5 minutes cost, what you spend is going to be beneficial for you, I would say go. Irrespective of 90 to 120 questions, you know that you're going to take mistakes. You know that you're going to just click, keep reading again and again. That is expensive than this 5 minutes. This 5 minutes is okay. Quickly you can lock it, go out, maybe go washroom, a drink of water, quick, come back. 5-6 minutes back here. Worth spending 6 minutes if that is the way you want to do. This is only in the center. If you're doing that in a home, you're not allowed. In a home, only the break given should be used. In center, since they see you in the CCTV camera regularly, they permit you to go for another break on your expense. Okay. Yeah, Dinesh?
Yep.
You decide. Choice is yours.
Thanks. I just need clarification on the 2 questions. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, before I go to yours, I'm going to listen to some more people who go to the exam and I'll come back to you. Okay.
Okay.
Before that, Dinesh, how many days for your exam?
2 more days are balance. I have an exam on 24th.
Okay. Did we had a call over the phone already?
No, we had a chat on
chat only, right?
Yeah.
So today we'll connect over the phone.
Okay.
I want to talk to you and listen to you some factors. Okay.
We'll do that.
Thanks. Yeah. Cool. I'll come back to your 2 questions. Hold it with you. And Ram Raju, you have exam.
Yeah. Hi, Shri. I haven't booked the date, but I am targeting for 25th.
4 more days.
Yes.
Amazing. Right. Give me some inputs. What is yours?
Yesterday, I attempted 4th mark. I got 80. And I spent, including 2 breaks, I spent total 3 hours. I completed.
3 hours you did?
Yes. Actually, I took break intentionally. I took break after 60th question. I took 10 minutes break. I went away from the computer. I spent 10 minutes. I could able to answer the questions quickly because of that break, or else I would have tied off after 60. It helped me, and I believe question paper also simple.
Is it a 5th exam?
No, it is. I selected 01.
Okay, you went to the first one. So totally, how many exams you have taken?
I attempted 4 marks.
Okay.
I attempted 5th paper on last Saturday. I got 63.
That's good. 63. Now it's 80. Yeah. 80 is a pretty good score. But again, you say paper is pretty easy for you. So you've taken 4 full exams.
I felt easy because last week I planned like whole week. I wanted to study. I took leave. But unfortunately, I had to go to office also a couple of days.
Okay.
Due to
I remember you were in a kind of a notice period. Is it true?
Yes. It's not like I informed already. I have a lot of leaves, unavailable leaves.
Okay.
I planned it, but unfortunately, I had to go for a few days.
Nice to know.
I spent last Thursday and Friday reading the Rita book again. At least most of the chapters I tried to read, and what I did, I noted down the points. Parallelly running notes I took, so that gave me some memory. But I felt confusion with the formulas. Again, that is for me, that is the problem from engineering time onwards.
Formula.
Yeah, I will get confused. Suppose the CPI, EVR, EV by PVR, CV, I will confuse. So that is where I struggled.
Okay.
Couple of things.
One easy way for formula, or I'll tell you, formula will not be asked in exam. They are not going to give you numbers. They are not expecting you to apply the formula. So don't worry about the formula. But keep in mind, always EV comes first. Earned value will be first. In every formula, you will see first EV, then only PV. Or the top EV, below that PV. So earned value. Earn means what your team is doing. You always give importance to your team. If you keep that in mind, your formula will not slip away. Always you will have EV in the top. Okay, that's a point. But for your information, in exam, no question directly on the formula except PERT. Are you clear with the PERT?
No, but yesterday one question is there. I haven't. I noted down. I have to read.
Okay. Read PERT clearly. Do the beta distribution and triangular distribution. Don't expect in exam they'll give you straight away numbers. Okay. Don't expect that they'll give you optimistic, pessimistic, most likely straight away. Even if they give something beating the bush, still you should know that I have to capture these three numbers from the bush. That you should create an idea.
That triangle, the formula, that I concept is clear. I could able to recall the formula easily, but I have to read. Okay,
work out on that. So now it looks really good. Timing is really good. I would say 25th you can go for examination. Are you going for center-based exam?
Yes, center-based.
Which city you are?
Hyderabad.
Are you sure? 4 days you have a calendar availability?
I have to see because actually I thought of asking you tomorrow. I want to attempt one more mark.
Okay.
So okay. Then I will try to book.
Okay. Okay. Do it. Check it out right away because 25th is what is the date? 25th Thursday. Okay. Yeah. There are many people very busy with the IPL, so utilize your time for the examination. There are some people so tight with the IPL they won't come out of that. So you can use this time for examination. 25th looks a good date for me. One secret you can share with your team: how you are able to manage your exam in 3 hours. How do you read the question faster?
Thursday and Friday, I spent reading the data book more and attending all the questions, whatever the test will be there, right, at the end of the chapter. What I did when I go to one chapter, first I attempted the test, then I studied the chapter, again I attempted the test. So that I am comparing first how many marks I got, later how many marks I got. That is one thing I did. And in portal we have a week chapter wise marks, right? Okay. I tried to practice it at least 3-4 times, as many chapters as possible.
Oh, you tune your question reading ability by doing practice.
Yes, more practice.
Okay, makes sense. Because this is a one request I keep hearing from people. I couldn't read all the question in time. Okay, that's a one query I keep getting. By the way, is this a one exam you completed faster, or before this also you were able to do faster?
Before all marks, at least 10-15 minutes before only able to close.
Okay, you have never found you rush to complete the exam. You are in the cool mode to complete the exam.
Not rushing. Actually, I kept myself cool. One suggestion you gave me last week, actually. Yesterday also I faced the same issue. I used to get confusion between the multiple options. Like I cut down answers to 2, but in between 2 I have confusion. So what I did just last week you told, if you have confusion, don't spend time, just go to next one. So I marked it, I went down. I went to next question.
That's good. That's really good. Yeah, super good. Thanks, Ramraju. So now a request to you is first look out for the center, and then let me know the date booked. Then we will have a conversation. I'll give you some more information. Even though your score is good, even though you complete faster, let us work out some more points towards your main preparation. Okay.
So one question as I asked, tomorrow I want to attempt another mark.
Go ahead.
So go ahead. Which question paper you suggest?
Totally, we have 5 papers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in our system. If you're not done with the 5th exam, go for 5th one. I
did it previous week. I got 63.
You got it, right? So then if 5 of them done is, you go for the next one. Maybe a 6th exam, you can try it out. You can get the link from Rahul and you will try for the 6th exam.
Okay. I'll be in touch with Rahul. Thank you.
Super good. Okay. All right. I believe I spoke to 2 of them for the exam. Anyone else for the exam? If not, I'll go for the question paper. I have Lata with the exam. Lata, when is your exam?
Hi, Shri. 26th June. I still have 1 month. One
month of time. Okay.
5-10 days.
Okay.
Yes, but regarding your explaining like previous, we have 5 question papers in the communication board. See, I am from a last year April batch student, 2020. So whatever the communication mode access I have, it is only one link is available for the full mock. So first mock I tried with that one only. After Rahul shared the different link for the current batch 2023 batch link. So there I got like 5 links. So I thought first mock I already completed. So I clicked on the second one. So since this is my second mock. So I kind of felt like 15 to 16 questions. It was same as the last one, like first mock. So I thought maybe it is interchanged or getting the same one. So it's not the one I should try for the full mock. So I just closed that test and I opened the previous one only, like 2022 communication board, this one, and I took the full mock, like second full mock. There, as I said, only one link was available. So
what is the score?
I shared, yeah, it drastically decreased. Like first mock, I got 59. Yesterday, I got 51.
Very good.
So
it's okay. Did you took time to analyze all the questions?
Yeah, like for the first 45 to 50 questions were like very tough, and it was so lengthy for me. That much questions only, I spend around 70-75 minutes. So from there, like I started panicking. Okay, I cannot manage this test, so I cannot calculate the full percentage. So if I didn't complete the variety questions in the given period of time. From there, like after 60 questions, even though it was easy, I couldn't analyze only. Like now, today morning, I was analyzing all the questions, right and wrong questions. So there I felt so bad. So many like
known questions.
Very straightforward questions only. Yeah. I marked the wrong answers. Like
It
I
happens.
felt so bad.
It happens. It happens. See, it's a format which we see in the cricket as well. If you follow cricket sometime, the first ball bowled by a good bowler, Sachin or some good players, hit the six, first ball. The moment he hit the first ball, six, the bowler's confidence shakes. Next a few balls, they put a wide, no ball, they'll start doing mistakes. The point here is, the moment you lose a rhythm, it goes away. This exam is meant for testing your ability. It is not an academic exam, right? It's academic exam means where is Taj Mahal? That's a question. You will answer it back. But this exam is not academic exam. It's an exam for checking your professionalism. What is professionalism? Whatever situation you are confident. I don't see a doctor shivering hand when doing a surgery and talking normal in another place. A doctor is always stable in the situation. You put a smile face, a talk. It's a doctor is a profession. A lawyer is a profession. Now, when you prepare for a certificate, like a professional certificate, like project management, we should come with that character to understand even the tough situation comes, you know something going to come better. You have to hold your nerves and be watchful. How can I answer this the toughest part? Then I come to the normal part. Even normal part doesn't come, still you maintain your compose. So what you observed is a good thing. You made a good gap analysis. The great gap here is we lose the compose when we see a tough question. That is a big thing you have to learn out of it. If you learned it, next exam, you will apply that. That if you do, I'm sure your scores will improve.
Okay. So
right?
now, see, for next week again, I'm planning to take the full mock, like third full mock. So now, what should be the link? Like there are 5 links, right? 5 full
Lata,
mocks.
I think you can have this conversation with Lata. You can have this conversation with Rahul. Be clear what you want to do. I think we can use this time for question discussion. Links, please have a conversation with Rahul. What he suggests, go with that or you follow that. That is a very simple way of explaining. 5 links are given here. Whatever link you want, have a conversation, understand, start following that. If you've done first to do, go for third. If you've done first one, go second. The point here is the scores for you is not really high. So whatever you take, it's benefit for you. So don't worry, do we have to take 3, 4, whatever you take, it's a benefit for you. Even if you feel some questions are repeated, still it's a benefit because we have to learn a lot. That's what I get a feel. Are you with me on this? Yeah. So don't worry, there is a question repeating, no point, right? If our scores has to improve, even if the repeated question makes sense for us. So it's okay. Go ahead and take it up. Don't worry about it. For you, have a sheet. I did 1, I did 2, I did 3. That's what you have to follow.
Okay. Sure.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right. Good. All right, guys. Another person. Sangeeta. Hey. Can I see the speakers? So it'll be good sense for me whom I'm talking with. Some of us come off with a badge. I don't remove the face itself. Okay, Sangeeta here. Hey, Sangeeta. Thanks for coming on the camp. Please go ahead.
So I'll share my screen, Shri. I have one question.
Question. Okay, Sangeeta, please hold with the question. I'm just talking with people who have an exam, and quickly jump with the question, starting with Dinesh because he had some questions. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. If no more exam people here, can I ask people to put the hands up if you have the questions to discuss? I saw Sangeeta one, Dinesh is one, and who else I have for questions? That's it. Okay, I'll start with Dinesh. So people who ask the question, request you, please show your face. I know whom I'm talking with. Okay, starting with Dinesh, then I'll go with Sangeeta. Yes, Dinesh, share your question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I share my screen? I think you're disabled.
Yes, you can share it. You can share it. Hey, Ma, good to see you.
Do let me know once you see my screen.
Yes, visible.
Okay. This is a question from yesterday's mock. Just read out. Julia is a project manager responsible for the line of smart water bottles that connect to the mobile app to capture the data and provide suggestions regarding your drinking habits. In preparation for the upcoming sprint, she meets with the team to ensure that the stories are clear and appropriately sized. What activity is Julia performing with this team? The answer here, correct answer is a backlog refinement. I'm just wondering and a bit confused then what's the difference between the backlog preparation and the refinement? Correctly, they are asking for upcoming sprint. That is the reason this correct or something else, or I'm missing something?
Okay. So what is Julie? Julie is a product manager who knows the detail of the work to be done. Okay. And she, along with the team, doing a conversation for the upcoming sprint. The moment it is an upcoming sprint, the team is going to do some work on refining. She meets with the team to ensure that stories are clear. What do you mean by clear and appropriately sized? Before I go there, Dinesh, what domain you work for?
Domain means professional.
Yeah. What is your nature of job?
I am in oil and gas business. We are working EPC. I work with EPC contractor.
Oil and gas. Is it something on the project which you set up a hardware, machines, or it has electronics? Or
no, it has a physical asset, like build a refinery, build a new oil and gas
Very
plant.
good. Yeah. Very good. Nice. I'm sure you would have not come across this kind of situations, right? What you see in the screen.
Correct. We are so far we are not into that agile domain.
Very good.
All the projects are in the predictive model. So
exactly. Even for the work, what you do in oil and gas, there are some digitalized work happens behind the screen. For your company itself, there'll be some digitalized work. If not, oil and gas company cannot be maintained. So now, when a work comes to the system in Agile, the work, we don't elaborate it on the first day. I'm sure we discussed in the class also. We do N+2 with the clarity. The rest we explain as days goes on. When I say N+2, current sprint plus 2 more sprints. Are you aware that a sprint is a short duration?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the duration we generally discuss in the classes?
Sprint 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks as a base.
Minimum.
It doesn't mean 2 weeks of a sprint. So like this, I have 2 weeks or 1 month of work upcoming. I may have work for next 2 years, but I don't want to discuss all the details. Rather, I will discuss some of the work which I know coming up in the next 2 weeks. And this part is called a refinement. Refinement means we take the work which we already know, but it is not clear, but it is not properly evaluated. In the question, you see the last but one sentence where they say, with the team to ensure that stories are clear and appropriately sized. That is a key point, which means you are ensuring that this work is properly discussed, and appropriately sized means how long it will take to complete. You're going to do this part. Now they're asking the question, what activity is Julie performing with the team? It's a teamwork. Okay. So now when I say teamwork, automatically it goes for the refinement. By the way, have you read Scrum guide, which is there shared with you as a PDF?
Scrum guide, like I think this 20-page document, right?
Exactly.
Yes, 20.
If you
I
read
just
that,
glance, no, but I didn't go in.
glance, right? Very good, nice. So if you go to that kind of a doc, or even in our PMP books and Rita book, you will see the term refinement very frequently.
Yeah.
Refinement, what you answered is correct, which means you are elaborating the work. Now, question back to you: why you thought it could be a backlog preparation?
We do the same thing in the backlog preparation. Like we identify what are the user story and what's the timeline for those items. So my understanding, when you do on the day one, it's a preparations. But when you go for the next sprint, then you go for the refinement. Refinement, you add the new stories as well as the backlog from the previous sprint. That's what my thinking about the refinement. And the preparation means the day one, you prepared backlog for the first sprint.
Okay. There is nothing called a term backlog preparation. As such, it's not a right terminology. Backlog preparation. Backlog could be added with more work by the product owner or a product manager. That is a regular procedure they follow. You won't call it as backlog preparation. You maintain the backlog. Who maintains the backlog? Julie here. Julie is a product manager. She maintains the backlog. She is the owner of the backlog. Very good. But there is nothing called backlog preparation. As such, you will not sit and say that let's do backlog preparation. That's not the way it works. Backlog work getting added is a regular job of a Julie. Her role is Monday to Friday, at least she will do 3 times, 4 times. This is what she will do. What if she does? She keep adding work. In oil refinery, they want to bring some digital system to maintain the pressure in oil pipes. They want to maintain some digital flow to check it. Her role is related to that oil and gas pressure maintaining system software. She has to do something regularly. That's a regular job. But the refinement is what? One of the ceremony, one of the event. It's a term in Agile, where they sit and talk about how can we elaborate the work to get clarity. That's what here. So for your information, since you are not work much in Agile, you can go for the term called refinement, which is the event as such. Whereas adding the work, preparing the backlog, it's not going to be the pure teamwork. It's going to be the role of the product owner or a manager as a regular job. They keep doing.
Okay. No, yep. I got confused because I think there is one more term in backlog preparation. So that's what but I got a clarity from your clarifications.
They keep adding. It's their regular job. It's not as such an event to sit and do with your team. It's a regular procedure for them. They do it. You prepare it, you add it. You won't use it as an event with the team. This is a calendar marked event. What you say as a refinement.
Okay, I have just one more questions. Yeah. Again, this is, I'll just read out the question. The product backlog currently has 14 features with the total combine of points of 120. The team's velocity is currently at 30 points per iterations. Approximately how many months would it take to complete all the work in the product backlog? So my question is 2 months. And the background is basically I calculate the velocity and like per iterations. My thinking is like, we generally go for demonstration in every 2 weeks. And when we perform the demonstration at the end of iterations. So iteration per iteration, the time would be 2 weeks, not a 1 month. And that's how I calculated, like there's around 8 weeks jobs. So answer is another 2 months. However, when I see this explanation, they said approximately 1 month word of work. So a bit confused, and why it is 4 months? It should be 2 months. Maybe correct me or just clarify.
Well, let's understand the question more clearly.
Yeah.
The product backlog currently has the 14 features with the total. The wording is wrong there. Will the total combined point of 120. 14 features will the total combined. It should be with the total combined points of 120. Okay, the features are 14, points are 120. Is it understanding the first sentence?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, there is a mistake. You have to correct it out. The team's velocity is currently at 30 points per iteration. Okay. Approximately how many months would it take to complete all the work in the product backlog? Okay, one problem here is we didn't get the clarity how long an iteration is.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
The team's velocity is 30 points per iteration. We have not been explained how many weeks iteration is. However, they're asking how many months would it take to complete all the work. It's pretty tricky here. You can assume 1 week. You can assume 2 weeks.
Yes. Yeah.
3 or even 4. Okay, you can assume anything here. Okay, let us see what is asked here. What can be done? You said 2 months. Okay, how we got 2 months if it is 120 points?
It will be a 4
30.
iterations. 4 iterations and 1 iteration of 2 weeks. So it will be a task of 8 weeks, which is equal to the 2 months.
Okay, you are saying 120 is the overall points to complete divided by 30 points per iteration. Is it so?
Yes. So altogether 4
20
iterations.
divided by 30, you get 4 iterations.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So 4 iterations. Now what you want to say, if it is 2 weeks per iteration, it will go for 2 months. That's what your thought is.
That's right. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So that could be one answer. Other answer could be, what if it's a 3 weeks iteration?
Then 3 months.
Weeks iteration, it will go for a little more. And 4 weeks, it goes for 4 weeks iteration. What will happen?
4 months.
4 weeks iteration should be faster, right?
Shri, here how I think is, since they are asking how many months, they are considering one iteration as 1 month.
That's what the answer says. But it's so hard, right? In exam hall, how do you think this? It's tricky. Approximately how many months it will take? That too, they use the word approximately. Anyone can assume any format, right? I go with you. I heard a word Sankita, I believe. Yeah, we can say 1 month, nothing wrong in it. But it's so hard, right? Imagine the exam hall when you answer 125th question, this question is popping up. You will not have your brain to say that, hey, let me assume by 1 month. If you don't say it is 2 weeks, because we generally see in the word, Agile has an option of 1, 2, 3, and 4. But what is the highest used? People say 2 weeks. So our brain may think 2 weeks here.
Yeah.
And
also I apply the logic like, generally we go for this demonstration for every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And conduct after end of every iteration. So
okay, let's see what is the explanation. Even 4 weeks you give the demonstration. Demonstration can happen the same way. But the question is not giving the thought, what do you mean by velocity? How many weeks your iteration is? Question was not answered. Okay. Explanation, an iteration is approximately 1 month word of work. 1 month word of work. There also English is struggling. To calculate, he will take 120 by 30 points. Okay, I don't have an exact thought on this because since the question is a little incomplete, I would have to go with what they say here. If they say, yeah, we assumed 1 month, what can I say? We have to say yes for it. If not, I don't see a little more clarity in the question could have helped. At least one word of saying how many weeks they think could have helped. One of those questions in the exam hall. Okay. All right, let's move.
Okay, that's it. That's it from my side.
Thanks a lot. Then from here, I'm going to jump to, I heard another voice, right? Who said that? Sangeeta, you asked the question?
Yes, Shri. I'm sharing my screen.
Yes, please.
Hope my screen is visible. So I have a doubt in this 14th question. You are managing a construction project when 2 of your team members have a conflict. The 2 members are John and Matilda. John is a construction worker who is present on site, while Matilda is an administrative assistant who works at the company's headquarters. Which of the following is most likely to be the reason for this conflict? The choices are ground rules, personal work style, salary, working conditions. So here I thought, since they have given where each of them are working, given the working conditions, I selected working condition as the reason for conflict. But the correct answer is personal work style. So I somehow couldn't kind of judge this given information.
Got you. You felt that John is a construction worker, so he stands in the dusty, warm weather. Condition is not good, and Matilda should be sitting in a conference room or a condition. Is your brain thinking that way?
No, I thought it's actually the environment where they are working is actually impacting their way of thinking, or let's say to have this conflict.
Okay, what kind of conflict they're having?
That they didn't mention
anything. So we don't know what conflict it is, but come conflict. So the moment you hear somebody's construction, somebody is administrative assistant, we get a feel one is work in the field, in the ground, one works in the office. Yeah, that's a feel it is. Nothing wrong. What you thought could be completely right also. But before you go to that assumption and answer, are you aware of internationally what are the high criteria or high areas of conflicts as per PMI, as per PMP? Have you read those terms?
No, not yet.
Not much. Okay. So now what you do is go to justification. You should have some details there. In justification, can you read the justification?
Yeah. In this situation, the most likely reason for a conflict is personal work style. Work style differences are, for example, when some people like working in a group where others work best alone. According to the PMBOK, sources of conflict include scarce resources, scheduling priorities, and personal work styles. Team ground rules, group norms, and solid project management practices like communication planning and role definition reduce the amount of conflict.
Very good. Very good. So you would have read three things as a primary source of conflict. What are the three things?
Scarce resources, scheduling priority, and personal work style.
Very good. Okay. What you said, working condition can also be there, but that is not at the high level. When I say high level, is an observation. PMI Institute, they are doing this for the last 30, 40 years. As they observed many industries, as every 4 years they do data analysis, what they found is when there is a scarcity of resources means human, material, equipment, people start conflicting with one another. Right? In food scarcity, we have a conflict, right? Money scarcity, we have a conflict. Place scarcity, we have a conflict. Scheduling priorities. What work should be done first? What should be second? This also introduce a conflict. Third one is working style. For working style only, they gave an idea. The environment all can come in there. Okay. Personal work style could be by your experience, by your diversity, by your knowledge. Some people say, I'm in the company for the last 25 years. I'm an architect here. I know what to do. We have heard this kind of dialogue. So now this is a high thing. Of course, other things also can come. We cannot deny that. But in this question, when they give a situation like this, and they're giving two different set of people here, and they're trying to see each one could have a different working style because their operation area is different. One is in the construction, one is there in administration. There is a high chances are they may have some personal style of working there could introduce. As per the terms, if I read generally, I will tell definitely something on working condition. Even somebody will tell salary also a problem because construction worker could get more paid or less paid. Administration person can get less paid also. So that also can be there. But these all, even though in the list, but the top list you have to see. So in this whole answer, you have only 1 point from the top list. That is personal working style. But with this one paragraph of question, it is so hard for you to judge what conflict happened. Is this a conflict is based on personal style or a scarcity of resource? We don't have any clue at all. Because this question doesn't give anything there. This question could have been answered only when I know PMI has declared three things as a top area of conflict, and that one of that is the answer, then only you'll answer it. If not, there is no scenario for you to point out because of this conflicts happening. Nothing is there. Yep.
Okay.
That's
yeah, I actually thought since they have given where they work, so I stressed on that, and considering that I gave working conditions.
I remember there was one person saying that when they're working in a construction, it will be so warm weather, they are so stressful. That's why they are conflicting. We don't know, right? What kind of construction? In construction, this guy works in an air conditioning room to put some plasters on the wall. Amazing job. So he doesn't have a great tough time there. We don't know. We know that condition alone, but condition also influence. I'm not denying that. But they're talking about high influence. That's what the point is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. All right. That's good. Then I'll jump to the next person. Lata, you have a question to share.
Yeah, so I'll share my screen.
Yep. Then I have Ram Raju. Anyone else have a question? Please put your hands up. I know that you have a question. Not loaded. Oh, yeah, finally. 54.
Yeah, just the
Mm-hmm.
company has hired.
Seems your network is breaking or mine is breaking.
Yes, so heavily.
No, Lata, something wrong with your network or my network. Is it people are hearing me clearly? Oh, seems my network is a problem.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you clearly, Sri.
You can hear me clearly? Okay. So Lata, I think we were breaking. We couldn't hear you well. Are you trying again? I believe there's something wrong with it. Lata, not clear. Are you reading question number 54? Okay. We'll come back to you, Lata, again. See you fix your network. Meantime, shall we get to Ram, Raju? We'll do that.
Yes, Sri. I'm sharing the screen.
Yeah, no problem, Lata. Lata, you can come back again. Restart it. Probably it will work for you. Yeah, probably we'll redo the question again. Let's go to Ram Raju. You have a question 132, Ram Raju?
Yeah, we have few questions actually. So first question is this one. It is from Full Mark. An Agile team is currently working on a complex ERP customization and deployment project. The team is currently facing an issue with deploying a couple of features as the recipient department is not yet ready for the changeover. Which Scrum role is responsible for removing this impediment? I selected product owner, but right answer is Scrum Master. But my question here is, because Scrum is part of Agile actually. Suppose if the question is not having this Scrum word, so that time product owner is the right answer?
Even in Scrum role, you have product owner also. So let's understand the question a little more. An Agile team is currently working on a complex ERP customization and deployment, which means customizing existing ERP. Complex. The moment you say complex, Agile comes in. Very good. The team is currently facing an issue with deploying a couple of features as the recipient department is not yet ready for the changeover. Okay, now, as you read the question, is it a problem of the product functionality or it's people behavior? What's the problem there?
People.
Very good. If it is a behavior and communication and more collaboration related impediment,
okay,
whom you think is the best person? It goes to the person who can talk to people, bring people together.
Yes.
I would say even the Scrum is not given here. I will say could be somebody, project manager, product owner, who talks also for the people. Those are the guys will come in. But since it is Scrum clearly, I will straight away go for a guy who has to sit and talk with them, because it's not about the functionality. When I want to deploy it, the last but one sentence says, couple of features as a recipient department is not yet ready for the changeover. They're saying, no, guys, not now. You're going for the month of October. They say, no, come by December. You go by December. They say, no, by February. If you ask them, they go, don't give any reason. They say, no, guys, not now. They're not ready enough for the change. So what to do? If its functionality is failing, features are not clear, I'm sure product owner has to step in. But when the team is not cooperating, I would say Scrum Master will start. That doesn't mean he or she will solve it, but at least they know the person whom to talk with. We need a communication there.
Okay. If Scrum Master didn't succeeded, then product owner involves?
Even the product owner may not need to come there, obviously, because it will be escalated. It will go to escalation to the next level of a project or delivery managers or senior managers to understand, because I see this as a behavior problem, or when they say we cannot, I don't think so. It's clearly a behavior problem. They're not yet ready for changeover. Maybe technically they're not ready.
Okay.
They say that, what is it? ERP, right? ERP they want to do. And imagine they have a big program in the month of August. They're saying that we have to wait for this program get completed. Then only we'll allow the changes. If not, what if something goes wrong? For this understanding also, I don't need a product owner. This could be explained by anyone to anybody in the team. So Scrum Master can be a bridge. Scrum Master can be a messenger. Scrum Master can be a communicator to pass the message. That's it.
Yeah.
If a functionality, if they don't understand the feature, they say that why we do this feature, that's a question coming up. Then I'm sure product owner is invited.
Yeah. Actually, I was in a impression like Scrum Master fully involved within the team, team with the team members, and I consider the other department as a stakeholder. So I thought, okay, Scrum Master involves within the team member team, and owner will take care of the other department issue. So that is why I selected the product owner actually.
Okay, just for clarification, product owner is one of the role in Agile team who knows the business functionality very clearly.
Okay.
This is a business guy. One of the example in our classes, I said, American Express and Accenture, if you remember it.
Yes, yes.
American Express has a banking functionality to be implemented to digitalize their American Express system.
Okay.
Accenture is a company who is going to do the work.
Yeah.
I would expect a product owner has an amazing knowledge about the American Express functionality.
Okay.
She may be directly from American Express, or he may be a proxy of American Express, but I would expect a product owner more good on functionality. If same team asking, can you explain why this ERP feature to be implemented? Can you tell me what is the importance of this feature right now? I am sure no one else except product owner can explain better. But when it comes to behavior problem or some blockers, no reason something is happening, those are all little different than the functionality. I don't want to kill the time of a product owner there. I would involve my project manager, Scrum Master. They are so efficient in negotiating, influencing, communicating the detail with the help of product owner if needed.
Okay.
If needed, they invite. If not, these guys can solve the problem.
Okay.
Right. So I like the point what you said, inside and outside, but keep in mind, Scrum Master will talk inside as well outside because they have to talk to many stakeholders. Product owner also will talk with the team inside and go outside. That is, they go back to their American Express office, sit with their senior folks and talk about the functionality. Okay? Both can happen.
Okay. So there is another question. The question is, you have managed a project to write and publish 7 books. A team of contributing writers from your client's organization wrote the book's content. 6 of the 7 books are printed and distributed. The 7th was just sent to the printer, and the project closeout work has been begun. While working through the office, you overhear one of the writers mentioning that she made extensive use of an online source of information for the sections she wrote. When you get back to your desk, you do some spot checking of this writer's work, discover that quite a bit her text was copied word for word from this information shows. So you are unaware of an existing agreement authorizing the use of this material on your project. What do you do? I selected.
You're unaware of an existing agreement authorizing the use of this material on your project. Okay, you have an authorization. All right, go ahead.
So I selected answer B. Ask the writer what else she has copied and see about getting approval from the owner of the plagiarized information. But answer here it is showing, since the books have already been printed, there is no use reporting to anyone. I gone through the explanation, but I still have some confusion. Determine if any materials belonging to other company have been copied. The fact that other company has gone out of business does not necessarily mean that it no longer owns intellectual property. Once you know if materials from other company have been used, you can develop a plan to move forward. So first thing here, I'm a bit confused because I couldn't find any sentence saying.
The justification is not really well connected.
Yes.
But let's understand the story. You have managed a project, past tense, to write, publish 7 books. Okay, a team of contributing writers from your client's organization, not yours, client's organization. One is manage, the project is almost over. Other one is client side. Very good. 6 of 7 books are printed and distributed. Very good. The 7th was just sent to the printer. Printing has not done. And the project closer to work has begun. Okay, in progress, almost done, close up. While walking through the office, you overhear one of the writers mentioning that she made extensive use of. Okay. When you get back to your desk, you do some spot checking, writer. Okay. You are unaware of an existing agreement. This is the hitting. You are unaware of an existing agreement authorizing use of this material on your project. So there is an agreement for authorizing use of this. Which material? Is it a copied material?
Yeah, it explaining that we have an agreement.
Then it is not a copy, right? You're using what is we are authorized to use.
Yeah, because that is where I'm just completely confused, because it is question number 133. By that time, already my mind is started.
Okay, now let us understand this part. Of course, you over here in the coffee area, there is a person saying that, hey, you know what, I took from XYZ website or some content, some book. But the last line says, you are unaware. Okay. An existing agreement authorizing the use of this material on your project. Your company is authorized to utilize that material in your project already. Do they mean that?
No. Here you are unaware of any existing. They are not. So it means we don't have there is.
You don't know whether it is authorized or not.
Yeah, any agreement exists or not. Also, we don't have any information.
So it is open. We don't know whether it is. Okay, so it is right or wrong. We don't know. That's a point here, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so the point is you over here, and you also not aware something has been signed or not. We are not sure.
Yes.
What do you do now? Okay, now it's a purely ethical question, right?
Yes.
Okay, now you are saying that ask the writer what else she has copied and see about getting approval from the owner of the plagiarized information. Okay, you want to go find out the root of these things and fix it.
Yes.
Okay, but which book she said? Is it for the 7th book or for the last 6 books? That also not clear.
Shri, I had the same question. So I'm glad that this was brought. The explanation, if you see for question 133, is actually not the right explanation, because it's the explanation from question 132. So if you look at the explanation for 132 and 133, they are the same. So for 133, the explanation is not provided correctly. And with the correct answer, what here it's defining, I totally disagree with it. I don't think, like as a project manager, I should not do anything about it. Definitely, it's questioning your ethics.
It's a problem. It's not only the ethics. It's not about today.
Yeah.
There'll be issue. It will be filed a case on the court.
Right. Yes.
So today you will say, okay, printer, leave it. And somebody goes to the court, they'll charge you heavily.
Yes.
It's risky. Okay, if that's the case, answer B is going to help there. Ask the writer what else she has copied and see about getting approval from the owner of the plagiarized information. Looks practical. B looks practical. But
the reason, I mean, how I selected B is when we look at C and D, it is like last time similar case you mentioned, hitting the panic button, the C and D.
It don't help. Notify your project stakeholder immediately. No, I don't know what they're going to get out of it. Yeah, you can notify them, but it's not an action, right? Yes. Call the printer and cancel the last book that has just been sent. That is also not going to help immediately. But the point is, you are telling that ask the writer what else she has copied and see about getting approval. Okay, it's going to put on trouble more. A says, since the books have already been printed, there is no use reporting to anyone. That's really risky, right?
Again, that is ethics wise also issue. And again, as you mentioned, right, legally, somebody can file a case later at any point.
Also. You will go to court. It's a book, right? You cannot just, it's not a website.
Yeah.
One day suddenly you will close the website and run away. But it's a book you're publishing. Book is a book. Once it goes to the market, somebody can file a case against you. It's pretty risky. You cannot do like that. All right, tricky question. I feel B looks practical, but I'm also a little worried. This is not the only place, right? You will have the same problem with other books also.
Yes.
But that's what it even answers. Ask the writer what else she copied. What else? Not only here. What all you copied? Let me know.
Yes.
Okay. All right. First, we have to fix this as answer. Can you please take this question pass to support at ShriLearning with Rahul as well?
Sure. I'll say.
We'll first find out the justification. Okay. We will see some reason for the answers. A, I'm not getting a right vibe. I will go for B in this whole answers, but I want to see the justification also what they mean.
Yeah. Similar question, 132. Actually, as if you see the explanation, I think it was copied from 132.
Same.
So, question is, your company took over the management of project from another company that went out of business. To minimize disruptions related to transition, your company hired a number of the employees from the other company. One of these employees has delivered a 300-page document a week ahead of schedule. However, while walking past his desk, you notice that his computer is displaying a document with logo of his former employer. You suspect that some of his work may have been based on documentation that is property of the other company. What do you do? So I selected C. The copyright material is owned by the client for whom you are working. So this is not a copyright issue. Again, this is also wrong. Even because I couldn't find the right answer, I selected one answer.
Yeah, I see that. But what is the situation here? Your company hired a number of employees from another company.
Yeah.
One of these employees has delivered 300-page document ahead of schedule. However, while walking past, you notice that this computer displaying a document with a logo. You saw something and you're suspecting. Very good. Yes. But how do you confirm that has been, your suspicion is correct? What are you doing there for that? Let's see the answers. Report this to your project stakeholders immediately. No. C. Copyright material is owned by the client for whom you are working. So this is not, no, still it is an issue. You have to inform them. Do nothing because the company is now out of business. No one owns the copyright. No. Yeah, determine if any materials belonging to the other company have been copied. I think this is what you did in the previous one, right? You want to call out and ask her what all you copied. Let me know.
Yes.
I think that is what you're doing here. If you go with yeah.
Yeah, here question is the difference between the other question and this question. Here, your company took over the management of a project from another company that went out of business. So what I thought when we took over, we took the confidential property also, right? IP also we will take over, right?
That is not, even if you took over, we don't know exactly can we use all. We have to see the authenticity of the information. We have to understand why we did that copy. Why can't we do on our own, right? It's not wrong or right here. First, you have to understand what is being taken, and then we decide, is it really to be taken there? If it's worth, yeah, they go for it. But what if it's some mistakes on there also? So it's better to determine the materials belong to other company have been copied. Is it copied? If it's copied, then as you said, we have to check our contract when you transform the company. Is it really allowed to copy? Can we use it? If we use it, is it authentic, right data? What if that data is wrong? The company is a shutdown. It's not a well shining company. It's a shutdown company. What if that data is wrong? So yeah, those information will check it. I think determining it looks better. Like what you did in the previous one, you want to ask her, right? The same thing. You are finding out the reason or what all has happened.
Yes.
Interesting. I like this kind of questions. A little tricky. You can't straight away answer it, right?
Yes.
It makes you to think a lot.
See, this is question number 132. The other one is 133. Once I answer this question in this way, then my thought process also differently. Here, it is already sold out. Company is hand off company. So I selected this answer. For this one, I selected another answer. So, but unfortunately, both are wrong.
Yeah, you cannot directly copy the content, even though it's transferred. There could be some reasons behind it. So what I request you is copy both the question. We'll find the justification of these answers and correct it out. Okay. There'll be a right answer. There'll be a meaning for it. We'll see that and correct it out. Okay. So share it with Rahul and share it with the support at ShriLearning. We'll fix it.
Thank you.
Man. Good questions. I appreciate it. All right. That's the stuff question. Lata is back. Lata, you rejoined. Good for you.
Yeah, hi Shri, can I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just share the screen.
Loaded. Yeah, visible?
Yeah. The 25th question. The project manager develops a project management plan and schedule based on the agreed upon project life cycle of 16 months. Later, due to a changing business requirement, the project sponsor completion with the project sponsor request completion selected work with a key to discuss the business requirements. Since it is almost after exit, I started this of this change request and evaluate the change in scope.
Okay.
It's matching with the B answer, I think.
Okay, I can. I'm getting a network issue again. I couldn't hear you well, but at least I got the question. Question I understood that there is a timeline change requested. Okay. A project manager develops a plan and schedule based on agreed upon project life cycle. 16 months you thought, and then they're asking you to complete in 9 months of time, which means there's a change, right? Now, the choices what you are given is work with the key stakeholders and project team members to discuss the business requirements. When the time is getting moved from 16 to 9, what could be the discussion? What is the business requirement discussion will happen there?
Since it is mentioned team members, so I thought it's a kind of a resource like crashing or fast tracking.
Okay. Okay.
So because 16 to 9 months is units kind of support, right? Like resource, anything. You already have a plan, like resource calendar, everything in place. So everything will change now. So that's why I thought it is better to discuss with the stakeholders and the project team members.
Okay.
Regarding this.
Your intention is right, but the answer may not map, I believe. If you see, it's a business requirement. Business requirement is different. What you're saying is different. What is business requirement? Functionalities and what to be delivered. That's a business requirement. What you're saying is you want to do an impact analysis. That's what the answer number 1, right? What you're asking is, since the time is reduced, what all will happen?
More quickly, the project team should discuss the stakeholder. If there can be any reduction of activities.
Your network is bad. Are you in a hotspot? Struggling. Okay. Okay, I couldn't get exactly what you want to say, but when I see one thing, you can see there is a reduction of timeline from the customer. We cannot say no for it because that's what they're saying. But before even you say no or yes, I want to do impact analysis. What kind of impact? What you said here is crashing, fast tracking can happen. But before that, first I have to do impact analysis. I cannot straight away propose something. So I'm going to do impact analysis of what all can happen and how much of work should be reduced or altered so that I can complete it. So I feel this answer should go for impact analysis as a point. Meantime, Lata dropped because of bad network. Back again. Yes, Lata. You don't have to share the screen. If audio is good for you, you can speak up.
Am I audible, Shri, now?
Yes, you're audible. Okay.
It is raining so heavily. I don't know, some network issues.
Nice. Rain is always good. Which city you are?
Bangalore.
Shakes. Yeah, you're going to frustrate many people sitting in other part of the places. It's burning heavily here. Who's that saying frustration? Anyone here different part of the country? Very warm?
It's Mumbai. It's very warm. It's
Mumbai. It will be raining inside your dress. Is it true there in Mumbai?
In Hyderabad also today there was some rain.
Yeah, actually in Bangalore there's hailstorms. So
wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
on this warm, hot weather, these poor guys are playing IPL cricket match. You saw that? It's a 41 degrees Celsius and they're playing in the ground. What all impact can happen to their body? Man, in the name of money, we don't even bother, right? We want money. We want entertainment. Let them die. I don't know how this is happening. I don't know when they're going to stop this. Really a problem. Somebody stands in the hot sun by 3 p.m. and standing for 4 hours, 3 hours playing. Their age may be 20, 30, 40, but it totally impacts their body. Anyway, bad other side. Lata, back again. Works for you.
Yeah, I was saying about the explanations is kind of matching with the option B.
How is it? Okay, let's see. Maybe we didn't understand properly. Let's see that. Read the explanation.
Yeah, to execute the project more quickly, the project team should discuss with the stakeholder if there can be any reduction of scope and find out the way to complete the activities at the individual level with a shorter time if possible.
Very good. That's a correct one. That's a right point. Are you clear? By the way, before I say something, have you read the chapter called Integration Management?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Have you read about a change management?
Yes.
Okay. When a change comes, what we will do first?
Yeah, actually, we have to impact whether it is like we have to analyze whether it is impacting the other constraints.
Very good. Very good. That is what you are to do.
Yeah.
Nice to know that you understood. Very clear. Now, have you read the scope management clearly?
Yeah, yes.
Very good. What is the business requirement?
Business requirement.
It's very broad term, right?
Yeah.
The broad term. See, work with the key stakeholders and project team members to discuss the business requirements. Nice. But what you're going to do with that? Business requirements could be broader, could be functional, could be deployment oriented, could be business requirements. Transition of knowledge can be business requirements and primarily functionality oriented. And here it is a very open statement. Discuss the business requirement. Okay, then what?
Okay.
I don't have something conclusion, right?
Yeah.
When you read the integration management, you understood when there is a change is coming, I'm not going to straight away do the change. First, I have to do the impact analysis.
Yes.
Perform an impact evaluation of this change request.
Okay.
And evaluate the change in scope. That is what justification says.
Okay.
Justification says to execute the project more quickly, the project team should discuss the stakeholder if there are any reduction of scope and find out the way to complete activities. That's what you do in the first one, change in scope. What is change in scope? I'm not going to add anything. I'm going to reduce it. Why? Instead of 16 months, it's becoming 9 months.
Yes.
I'm cut shorting 7 months. 7 months, if I cut short, I cannot work with the compression. It won't work. You do compression, ventilation, nothing will work. 7 months reduction. Okay. 7-month reduction means you have to sacrifice some scope of the work.
Okay.
So change request comes in, evaluation, impact analysis, very important. What you see as answer B could be subset of that.
Okay.
It won't be a straight away answer. It is a subset of A. That's what I see that. You feel that?
Yes, yes.
All right, good. Enjoy the amazing rain. Next question. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
Sunil is saying something here. Sunil, 42 degree. Where you are, man? Which part of Kerala you are? Trivandrum. Pretty warm, yeah? 42 plus.
Yes, Shri, here in Palakkad.
Palakkad, God's sake, but 42 super high, yeah?
Yeah, correct. We are burning here.
She, super warm. God, is it usual you get 42 or this season?
Last 2 years, same continuing with this one.
Global warming, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, one more person.
AC,
okay.
Air condition in the night.
Without
AC, we cannot sleep.
At least we have that facility. Be happy for that.
Yeah.
Okay, back to Lata. Yes, Lata. Please go ahead.
Yeah, question number 75. A project team is in a sprint 13 or 14 sprint project. The project team placed a game-changing feature on the backlog for a next release that closely resembles a feature that is a competitor is now launching. The project owner is insisting this game-changing feature to be incorporated in the current release.
Very good.
What should the next step for the project manager? I marked inform the product owner that this feature cannot be included in the current project management plan and it will be added to the next release. But the correct answer is perform the required assessment to understand the change and raise the change request with the CCB. Here,
this is interesting, right?
Yeah.
You have CCB also coming in Agile.
So this question, my understanding was, so it is already 13 sprint over and we are in the middle one. So I thought we cannot include any story point to the current release plan. So we can add it to the backlog and we can do it in the next sprint planning or something. So that's why I selected the fourth option.
How do you say, you are saying next release you want to give? Are you sure next release is there?
Yeah. So second line, changing feature on the backlog for the next release that closely resembles that project team has decided, like The project team placed on the game-changing feature on the backlog for the next release.
Very good. So you have evidence that next release is going to happen.
Yeah.
Very good. Nice to know. It's a kind of a hybrid, right? Mix of both is here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, another factor in Agile, have you anywhere heard that something going to be very useful to the customer cannot be denied? It has to go faster, which means deliver value as early as possible, which is the first principle, right? Our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable delivery.
Yeah.
Now let's see the question again. The project team is in sprint 13 of a 14 sprint project. The project itself 14 sprint. In this, you are in 13, which means project is going to end in another one sprint. That's it.
Yeah.
The project team placed a game-changing feature on the backlog for the next release. Next release could be next week also. A release doesn't mean you have to wait for 3 months or 6 months. A release means giving something to the market.
Yeah.
Whenever you complete something, that's a release. A release resembled a feature that is a competitor is now launching, which means you are in a high risk of losing the market if you don't deliver it.
Okay.
In Agile, the valuation, how it goes is you look for high value addition, high risk reduction. What is the risk reduction? Losing the business is of a high risk. If I don't deliver this feature, I'm out of market. Like Zoom, every month you get some updates. They don't do it, they're out of market.
Yeah.
Now you are in a pressure or situation like this, that you have to do it. Now what to do? The product owner is insisting this game-changing feature. Come on, guys, if you don't do this, life is screwed up. Be incorporated in the current release, which is could be of next week, or what you say is also good enough. I don't want to go for next release 3 months later. Let me do it right away. That's an ask.
Okay.
Now, product owner is a customer representative, and product owner is the customer who knows the voice of the customer very well. He or she knows well enough what to be done. But that doesn't mean team has to agree. Team can counter argue. But now the question is, can we take it or not? What should the next step the project manager do? Usually, if you don't have answers like this, what they will do is they'll add the information to the product backlog.
Yeah.
They refine it. They find the priority of it, and that priority will be taken right away, even today. This is the way they answer.
In between the sprint also, we can add.
Worst case, very rarely it happens.
Okay.
Worst case, but the product owner has all the rights to stop the sprint.
Okay.
Something you're doing, but doesn't make any sense. The product owner says, stop it. No value addition, stop it.
Yeah.
How many days you have in the sprint? We have another 7 more days to close the sprint. Okay, let's stop here. Let's start this game-changing feature right today. In next 15 days, let's complete it. That is also possible.
Okay.
But I don't expect that answers here because they didn't give them that way. They're given a hybrid model.
Yeah.
Let's go with the answer what you have chosen. Inform the product owner that this feature cannot be included in the current project plan and it will be added in the next release. We can say this, nothing wrong in it.
Yeah.
What's the point? I'll win the game. As a project manager, I'm happy. As a project management plan, I'm happy. But what is the value? The customer says that, guys, it's a game-changing feature. Imagine it's a bank system. In the bank system, some security thing to be done. And you're telling it's okay, yeah, next month we'll do the security check. Within that 1 month, a hack would happen. You lose millions of dollars. Highly possible.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I will not say no next thing. I'll do right away. I can do it. But I will not blindly do it. With some sense, I have to do it. Let's see the answers further. Answer C. Meet with the product owner and project sponsor, discuss a change and design on a way forward. It looks a little high level, not needed. Let's go to B. Perform the required assessments to understand the change and raise a change request with the change control board. This was tricky, right? In Agile projects, we don't have something called CCP. Okay. If we are sitting purely in Agile, answer B will not come in picture at all. We'll park it.
Yeah.
Let's go with the A. Set up a review meeting with the development team to understand the magnitude of work required. This goes to the magnitude of work required. How much of time it will take to complete. It'll go a little more deeper down.
Yeah.
I would say that is also not going to help us. A will not help. C will not help. Okay. D looks negative. You're rejecting it.
Yeah.
B is not a super answer here. Okay, there
Yeah.
should be an answer which talks about, we'll talk about the priority, discuss with the team, and team can pick it up the work in the coming days. That's what actually it should be. But we don't have any answer. So we are assuming here this project is a hybrid project. What is a hybrid project? You will have some portion of the project well planned, some portion of project will be progressive. Because you're seeing the word project manager, not a scrum master, not a product owner. You're having a project manager. It's a hybrid. Since you brought an hybrid concept, since we don't have other agile answers here, B looks better answer to say that perform the assessment to understand what kind of impact this will bring in, because you're going to inject some work in between.
Yeah.
Is it a greatest answer? I would say not a greatest answer. But at this point of time, in this place, I'm not rejecting the change, rather I'm accepting the change. But let me do the analysis and they say go or no go.
Okay. So,
however, somebody sitting here pure in agile will say that project manager may not have a high word to say yes or no, because a product owner knows the pain of the customer and he or she has upper hands to say, I want this right now. And team decides, can I do it right now? Okay, that's how it should go. Unfortunately, in this answers, that's a limitation you have. With this limitation, B looks better.
Okay.
Yeah, but keep in mind, you will not say no in agile. D is a negative term.
Yeah, only because I selected that one it is in between the sprint. I thought in between a sprint, if you're adding something means like it has to wait for the next sprint or.
I don't think they're going to add in between the sprint. Let's wait for, imagine it's the 9th day of the sprint. One more day, let them wait.
Yeah.
They're talking for upcoming sprint, or maybe the contract get extended. Why we are worried here?
Yeah.
It's agile, you know that agile contracts, they extend when they want. Imagine it's a contract ending by 14th sprint. After this a CCB discussion, contract extended for another 3 more months. Possible, right? That's also possible. Yeah.
I have last question.
You have one more question.
So sorry.
Meantime, I'm seeing Mohini says 38 degree in Hyderabad. Seems like 44. How, Mohini? 38 would look like 44. That's too heavy, right? Okay. All right. Let's get to the question. Yes, Lata.
Yeah, this is very simple, but I still have confusion here. The 17th question. So you are managing a small project counting a total of 4 stakeholders or team members. You recently added a new team member. How many communication channels are there now? So I counted here, you are managing. So I counted myself, like myself in the sense of project manager I counted. But still the 5 is the wrong answer. So my question is, when kind of these questions, whether we should consider project manager or we should not consider.
This is a good question. You are managing a small project counting a total of 4 stakeholders or team members. When they say team members, it's not you. So 1 plus 4, N should be 5, my belief. Let's see. You recently added a new team member. Then it turns into, wait. You are managing a small project counting a total of 4 stakeholders. Total of 4, including everyone. Let's see. You recently added a new team member. Here also the current team member. How many communication channels are there? Okay, what was your N value? Is it 5 or 6?
I calculated as 6. I thought this 5 is like a typo error. It should be 15. So that's why I marked 5.
Okay, you've marked 6. Okay, 6 means as per formula, what is the number you get?
6 5 so 30 by 2. 15 I should get.
You should get 15. Very good. Okay, but the answer is 10.
10.
But still, okay. You chose 5 because I missed 1.
Yeah, I thought because I considered project manager also in the team, like project manager and 4 stakeholder or team member. So 5 there only I got. And one more team member, 6 I got there. So,
I would have gone with a 7 when I read it. You are managing a small project counting of total of 4 stakeholders or team members. Then I reread it, a total of 4 stakeholders. The moment I see total, I would go by including everyone. It is 4 when I say total.
Okay.
Now they introduce one more person and that person turns to be 5.
Okay.
Right? Initially, even I thought project managers are different, team members are different. But I reread the sentence again, total of 4 stakeholders. The moment I see total in an Excel sheet, what is a total? A total means all the rows is called total.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That is where I thought it should be total in an Excel sheet. If you have number of team members plus your name there, that's called total. When somebody asks a total, you will not tell that total says 4, but I didn't include me. I won't say that, right? Total is a total, full.
Okay.
Plus team member newly added becomes 5. 5 into 4 divided by 2. I think you get the answer.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's a point.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Amazing. Great. Good, guys. Any other questions? Good enough. All right, good. Superb. So go ahead and enjoy the rain, Lata, and rest of the people. I appreciate your participation. I have some people from this batch of April. Anyone here from April batch preparing for PMP?
Yes, Shri, from April.
April, okay.
Yes,
I am from April batch only.
Ram Raju, 2 people are there. Who else from April batch here?
I'm also from April batch.
Shweta from April, okay. Where are your friends from April batch? We have 100+ people. Where are they? Where are they? Okay, we don't know where are they. That's okay. But the question is, the people who joined here, thanks a lot. Question to you, are we clear with the exam date? Marked?
Yes, Shri.
Nice. Okay, good. So I saw some of the chat messages in the WhatsApp group. Some of them said I had June first week, some as middle of June also. I remember Sandra, she's in touch on sharing the scores. Sandra, I think you have a date for you and you're moving forward, right?
Yes, I plan to take 2 more mock just to be confident. Quite honestly, the last mock, even though the scores were good, I pretty much felt the exam was easy. And that's why I don't want to rely on that score, because the questions were too, it was more of static questions and less of scenario-based questions. So you, even before looking into the options, you knew what the correct answer should be. And I kept looking for those answers in my options. And I felt more confident. But I want to give a go in answering more of scenario-based questions and take that approach. So I'll give myself time to do those exams. And I think I'll give it another week. And by the end of next week, I'll have a more fair idea and can come up with a date where I can go for the exam.
Okay, makes sense. But again, be clear that you have to mark your exam date based on the center availability also.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, Shri, I did have a couple of like some doubts. So I don't know if it's something that I should bring only during this connect that we have, or if it's okay to even bring it up in our WhatsApp chat if I have any doubts.
You can.
Okay.
You can, if it's a question to share here, you can bring in the screen here. Or if you have any special messages or something to be clarified, you can message in the WhatsApp.
Yeah, basically my understanding on few concepts. I know we've covered a lot during our classes, but then when you're reading the books again or some materials, you have your own understanding. Oh, is it this? So I need that validation probably from you if my understanding is correct or not. So some topic.
Put a topic and give a voice message. So I know that in the WhatsApp, I can come back to you.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, Dinesh, I saw your message. We'll connect over the mobile after this call.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Right. And Ramraj, you sent the questions to Rahul for the corrections? 2 questions.
I just mailed.
Very good. Nice. And who else said exam? Shweta, you are from April. So when is your date for the exam?
I have planned June 25th.
25th, already planned. Okay. I believe I did my exam on June 25th. Really? I believe my PMP exam was June 25th or July 25th. I did my exam some years.
I'm thinking because June 29th is a holiday, so I'm thinking to push by 1 week so that I'll get 1 or 2 days extra. But
Nice.
initial plan was 25th. I'll think about it.
Okay. Keep in mind, keep 15 to 18 days before your main exams, you start your practice exams.
Yeah, I have completed 2 mocks so far, but I'm yet to complete reading Rita.
Okay.
Agile practice guide, I didn't look at it so far because last year I completed PSM. So quite a lot of Agile questions I'm familiar. Like I'm not struggling a lot but PM, like project management related queries, I'm struggling with. So I'm focusing more on Rita.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, I missed the last sentence with you.
I'm focusing more on Rita book, I was saying, as I'm struggling with project management related queries.
Keep up that. That's fine. You're on the good track. Keep me posted on what is your progress. All right. Did I hear anyone else from April batch?
Yes, Sri. Chandan here, Sri.
Hey, Chandan.
Yes. So I completed the first mock of 180 questions, Sri, where I got 78%. I shared with you, and I have to complete the reading the Rita chapters completely. So I'm doing that. I'm planning to take the second mock in the next weekend, Saturday, and I'll share the scores with you on the WhatsApp group, Sri. I have planned on 5th of July, but if I'm prepared before that, and based on your advice, I can prepone the exam.
I would say it's too far for your score. You should close your exam in another 2-3 weeks of time. That's it.
Yes, that was the first date which I planned, probably during the middle of our training session. So if I am ready, based on your advice, I can. Yeah, I'm thinking to prepone. Actually, yeah. So yeah, so probably next exam I send you a message on WhatsApp.
Please do that. July is too far. You will get more diluted.
Yes, I also feel the same. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on the WhatsApp with the score of then I'll decide. Yeah.
Amazing. Good. And you are reading Agile Practice Guide.
I completed that, and that's why I could get 78 in the first mock.
It's a good score, actually.
70-75% of those questions were from Agile. So I was kind of confident. So that's why I want to take the second mock and really see what would be the scores. Yeah.
Okay. Let's look for it. All right. Keep me posted.
Thanks, Sri.
Amazing. Anyone else to tell about your exam preparation? Okay. If not, all right. Thanks all for joining here. And next Saturday, we have a program called Fundamentals for Project Management. We're going to talk something about project management and Agile. The people who recently did PMP, it should be more known content. It is for the people who want to brush up the content, who want to get with the hold of towards next stages in the career. So you can share with your friends if anyone is interested to listen to this program. Let's do that. And for the exam preparation, keep up the momentum, keep taking the test, and then keeping posted on your progress. It's very important. Then I come to know where you stand. Good wishes. We'll catch up by next week for the Q&A session. And thanks a lot. Have a great time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sri.
Yeah.